Hello, this is Mr. Evilcheese.
And I'm Zombie Cat.
And this is a video of another one of my custom 6-scale zombies that I made. And this one I just, so far, have been calling it the white dress zombie. Because she's wearing a white dress. There she is. I've had that head for a long time. It's a head that came with the TB League or Fison King zombie. And it was a severed head that he carried, but it had a neck joint in it that you can actually stick in a body. So I stuck it on a body and got some zombie looking hands, and always pictured her being in like a white dress or something, because then I could make it all bloody. And I finally got around to ordering a white dress and bloodied her up her body, and she's done finally. Now, one thing about this zombie is the body is the very first Fison body that we ever got, and we would often used it to experiment on. But I just love that head sculpt. I love the gore, and you can see her teeth and the eyes. I didn't even mess with the eyes. I put a little bit of dark around her eyes though to make her look a little more dead, and then I added a bunch of blood. And if you watched my review of the army zombie, I did the same thing where I used the fabric glue and dripped some blood down, like it's coming off her face and kind of connected down there, and then went over it with the Citadel blood paint and then painted all this blood down there. Also got some eyeshadow and then used it to make dark spots on her body.
The dirt looks really good. I especially like the dirt on her feet.
Yeah, I wanted to make her feet real dirty. And I didn't want her in high heels because I'm pretty sure a zombie wouldn't last very long in high heels. They'd probably be coming off, tripping out of them. They just probably wouldn't be on a zombie very long. So
I think they'd fall off immediately.
Yeah. But yeah, her feet are super dirty. And got a big injury right there. So I actually, another experiment I was doing on her was cutting up a Fison body, because I wasn't sure what would happen if you did that. But I put a cut on her arm there, the cut on her leg, a big cut on her neck to go with the cut on her face. Also cut one of her fingers off. One thing that I didn't do, I mean I still could do it, but I don't think I'm going to, was I pictured when I got this to have her dressed like super, super bloody. Like almost like, what's her name from?
Carrie?
Yeah, Carrie, when she gets covered in blood. Like so much like blood all over. But then I ended up just doing a little bit, and I like it. I don't know if I want to really add that much more to it.
Yeah, I like it how it is. I think she looks good.
Yeah. And we talked about this in the other videos a little bit, but I would say she's a pretty fresh zombie. She hasn't decayed very much yet. She's got some severe injuries, probably from getting attacked by other zombies before she turned, but she's not decaying too much yet.
I'd say she's maybe like a week or two.
I was picturing like this is still the same day, but...
Oh, well, I was saying because her eyes, and she's like all dark around her eyes and she's so dirty.
Yeah, I guess. The problem with this body is some of the, like the older Fison bodies, the ankle is just, I mean the foot is just attached. You can't take it off, and it has the skin on there, and it makes it hard to stand up if they're barefoot. So she doesn't really stand up very well on her own, so she kind of needs a base, at least for a normal pose. I could probably get her to balance, but I wouldn't ever leave her on a shelf without a stand.
Yeah, and it's always makes you a bit nervous to mess with their feet because their skeleton can poke through the foot.
Yeah. And she has to have this kind of a stand. Usually I like the ones that come up underneath the crotch and hold them, but it won't work with the dress because it sticks out funny.
Makes her look like she's packing heat.
Yeah. Well, it's real bad in the butt. It sticks way out. I should just stick a spike up through there and into her back or something. That'd be fine with that.
I thought you were gonna say into her butt. Right into her butthole.
But the necklaces I just made recently, I made them actually the same day that we're doing this video.
Yeah, you were debating earlier whether or not to give her jewelry, and I'm glad you did. I think it looks cool.
Yeah, well, I just pictured like she looked like she was at a party, all dressed up.
At a cocktail party.
Yeah. And these were silver, like them silver ball necklaces. And this is a real skinny one. That's a little bit bigger one. I just painted them white to look like they're kind of like pearl. And it matches her dress.
Mm-hmm.
And then used that blood paint all over her hands like she's been attacking people. And most of this is coming from her own face, bleeding. Blood coming out of her cut I put there. I did have to modify the dress though, because this was it had 2 layers of fabric all over it, and it was just too thick. So I had to cut, sorry, it might be hard to see, but I had to cut the inner layer off and then just sew it so it wasn't so thick. I don't know why they did that, but
yeah, the thickness looks good on it now.
yeah. But I love this head. It's just this, like even before I modified it, I loved it. It was a really good sculpt. I like the hair on it. And I think it's fine that her hair is all still fixed up nice because, like I said, she's fresh zombie, so her hair hasn't got completely messed up yet.
It's a little messy.
Yeah.
It's appropriately messy.
Yeah. I used that blood paint on this wound here and kind of stuck her hair in it like it's glued in there by her blood.
Yeah, I like that one piece of hair is like stuck there because that is what would happen.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think it's pretty cool how it turned out.
Yeah, I like her. I like the way that you did some of the splattered blood along with the smeared blood. Makes it look more real.
Well, I get a really stiff brush and then dip it in the blood and kind of go, like, flick it. Or, like, like pull it back and then let go and it goes...
I've done that technique, not on a 6 scale, but on one of my mannequin heads with a toothbrush.
Yeah. Yeah, toothbrush would be good, too. That'd probably be even better than a brush.
Well, that's why I picked it, because the bristles are nice and stiff, but it also, with it being bigger, gives you less control over where it goes.
Yeah. So there she is off the base. And, I forgot to mention another little thing I did with the dress was it kind of went from here to here, like just straight down. So I did take this in a little bit on each side so it was a little more form-fitting.
Oh, I didn't realize that you did that, because it does fit her good. I like it.
Yeah. There's still like a little bit of bunched up right there because I couldn't really fix that, but it's not that noticeable.
I think it makes sense for it to be kind of bunched up and messed up because she's not walking like a lady anymore.
Yeah. See some blood. I actually just smeared that with my finger there. I love that blood so much.
It looks so good.
I really like that wound right there, how it's all dark around it. I got that to work. Just use some darker paint. You can see how dirty your feet are. She's actually not wearing any underwear either. See?
But
She can do whatever a Phison can do. If you've had Phison, lots of articulation. Just the issue with the feet on these old ones. But I actually like it for this one because usually with the other ones that have the joint there, it's covered with a shoe or something. But since she's barefoot, I think it really works with this one.
yeah, and I really like that she's barefoot because what you said earlier, high heels wouldn't last long.
No.
But I do also think that if a zombie started out in high heels, there's a high possibility they'd have a broken ankle.
Yeah. But I'd actually have to break the ankle of the skeleton because it doesn't, you can't actually turn these out.
And then she really wouldn't stand up.
Yeah. The one thing is with these little things coming down off her face to her chest, I can't turn her head too far or they'll pop off. And I'm fine with that. I think I really like the way they look and I'm fine with not turning her head. Just keeping it how it is.
Yeah.
There's my other recent 6 skill custom zombie. The army zombie. These two definitely did not come from the same party. I don't think he was at a party. Unless it was a Halloween party and he just came as an army man. She came as just a girl in a dress.
Maybe she came as Carrie and she already had the blood on her.
Maybe. Well, she didn't get enough on her. There she is next to Zombie Cat's custom sideshow babysitter zombie, who is now a schoolgirl zombie. But I mean, a schoolgirl. Usually babysitters are schoolgirls, I guess. There you can see what we're talking about with the fingers. Well,
And the face wounds.
Yeah. And the blood coming down the side onto their white clothes.
They even have a leg wound in the same spot too.
Yeah.
But hers isn't a real wound, it's just a tear in her tights with blood paint underneath of it. I just painted her whole leg bloody.
Yeah. Okay. So, there's my white dress zombie. And once again, I didn't give her a name. I just don't really care for the name, I guess. I just like white dress zombie for her. I know one of your upcoming zombies you're giving a name to, but I think it makes more sense with that one.
Yeah, it does.
But for her, I don't care. She could be, what would be Alexis or something, or some sort of rich person name. She doesn't necessarily have to be rich. I just imagine she looks like she's rich. But yeah, I really like how she turned out. Finally put some good use to our original body. The original Fison body we got that had stains on it.
Yeah, it was real dirty, so it's perfect for making a zombie out of it. And we have a new experiment body that's I don't think we'll ever use for a figure, so it made sense to use this one.
Yeah. And I love that head that Fison made for their king zombie. And the dress worked out really well, and the blood and everything, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I like her a lot.
I do have another female zombie, and it's actually the first zombie 6-scale custom I made. I just never made a video of it. But I'll do that soon, maybe. Well, maybe not soon, because I gotta fix her hair. Which is a pain in the ass. But anyway. Just Mr. Evilcheese.
And I'm Thumper Cat.
Thanks for watching, goodbye. Hey, babe.
Oh, hey, babe. What are you all dressed up for, babe?
Well, babe, I was thinking maybe you could put on that pretty white dress that I bought you. We can go out to a fancy club, do a little dancing and mingling, like the old times, babe. What do you think about that, babe?
Well, babe, I don't know. It was only just today that they relaxed the COVID regulations. You know what I mean, babe?
Oh, don't worry, babe. Everything will be fine, babe. I mean, seriously, what could go wrong? Babe.
Hey everyone, it's Clementine from The Walking Dead, and you are watching Mr. Evilcheese and Zombie Cat. Don't be a shitbird and subscribe already. Do it. Thanks.